walk you through a powerful, concept shaping of AI automation, which is multi-agent conversations using Microsoft Autogen. So over the next 10 to 15 minutes, I'll introduce what Autogen is, why multi-agent systems are important, and how Autogen helps orchestrate intelligent agents that can collaborate, think together, solve problems, and even interact among themselves with the human in loop. So let's get started with today's webinar session. What is Autogen? Before we deep dive into the architecture, so let's begin with the basics. So what exactly is Microsoft Autogen? Autogen is nothing but an open source framework from Microsoft Research designed specifically for creating AI systems and multi-agent systems. So what makes it powerful is how easily multiple agents can coordinate themselves to solve tasks which are too complex for a single model to task. And with Autogen, we can build agents that can talk to each other, not just in humans. And also we can integrate large language models with tools, APIs, code executions, and we can have human in the loop as well for the feedbacks. And with Autogen, we can also set up automated conversations, so where agents can collaborate repeatedly until they reach a solution. And it's highly extensible. So you can design custom behaviors based on your workflow. So it's more like a think of Autogen as a collaboration engine for intelligent agents. So this is overview of what is Autogen and how we can use it. So now coming to the core architecture, to understand how Autogen works, so let's look at this core architecture. Yeah, for conversable agents, so these are more like a building blocks, main building blocks. So each agent can send and receive messages. They can maintain conversation history, and based on it, they can take their actions as well. And they almost behave like digital colleagues working together. So just like humans working together on a task, communicating, this work as digital colleagues. And the second is asynchronous messaging. So this is important because it will allow agent to run independently in an event-driven manner. So making the entire system efficient and scalable. So instead of waiting for one agent to finish the task, messages flow in parallel and the task will be delegated dynamically. So put together these two concepts, these will allow Autogen to run structured, goal-driven, and multi-agent conversations. So this is about if we want to talk about the core architecture, these two come into the picture, conversable agents and asynchronous messaging. Yeah. Now let's discuss about key agent types. So Autogen gives you multiple agent types, but these are the few key agents which I wanted to discuss with you. And each agent is designed for real world workflows. So the first is assistant agent. So this is your large language model powered problem solver. So which can write code, it can analyze data, it can generate plans, and it can also propose solutions. And the second is user proxy agent. So this is an interesting one. So it will actually execute code and it can also act on behalf of a human and it will provide human-like input automatically. This is quite interesting, right? So where it tries to enact and imitate a human. Third is group chat manager. When you have multiple agents, someone needs to moderate the conversations, right? So this manager will ensure that agents don't talk to each other too much and they're following some strategy. So this is again an interesting one. Fourth is custom agents. So you're not limited to the presets. So you can build agents for security checks, retrieval tasks, API calling, and domain specific logic also, anything. So these roles will allow us to mimic real world teamwork with an AI ecosystem. Interesting, right? Yeah. So now let's move on, discuss about some patterns, conversational patterns. So let's talk how these agents actually collaborate. So the first pattern is two agent chat. So think of it's more like a, pair programming setup. One agent will write code and the other will execute it, and it sends feedback back. The second is sequential chat. So here, task will pass from one agent to the next, just like your workflow pipeline. And the context gets carried through seamlessly. So each agent will know what did the previous agent have worked on. So these patterns will form the foundation for more advanced multi-agent designs. If we were to discuss on the conversational patterns too, we have, Gen AI supports more sophisticated patterns. Like first is the group chat. Here, multiple agents will brainstorm together, debate, they will analyze, or they will refine ideas. So the group messenger, and first is the group chat. So as we were discussing, multiple agents will brainstorm together, debate, analyze, and they will refine ideas. And the second is nested chat. So this is powerful again. So an agent, it can initiate sub conversations with other agents, to solve particular part of the problem. For example, let's say a planner agent may call a coding agent, who then calls a reviewer agent and returns the refined output. So that's how these patterns will enable problem solving that looks and feels collaborative, similar to a team of, specialists working together. Now, let's discuss some key benefits. So, why does any of this even matter? So, Autogen brings several strong benefits, out of which we are discussing few. It will enable automation of complex, multi-step tasks that will normally require human intervention. It will integrate human in the loop, so you remain in control. And it scales from two agents to many agents without losing its structure. And the modular design means you can plug in tools, APIs, or additional intelligence as well. And it supports different programming languages and workflows so that team can adopt it without any major disruption. In short, it's more like Autogen helps organizations accelerate development, reduce repetitive work, and build intelligent pipelines that can reason together. So this is it about today's session. I hope you really liked it. So please subscribe, share, and comment. See you all in the next week. Thank you.